And bam, we are live for the 34th edition of the JA Movie News, where we are just going to be taking your guys' user questions. Part 2, round 2. Sorry for being late. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive in. Oh, fuck. All right, the timer's going now. And let's go ahead and dive in here. So, first question is from Alec. Do you think Captain America, or I guess, do you think Civil War is going to be like BVS or worse or better? That was worded really weird, but
yeah, it was.
I think you're asking, is it just going to be like BVS or better or do the? Anyway, I get what you're saying. It's gonna be better than BVS, period. Like as a film, I mean, that's what it seems to be what you're asking. I don't think you're talking about financially, but as a movie, it's gonna be much better. Yeah. Your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, we already answered this question last time, but I think it's definitely going to be a more well-liked film generally. Like, I think that people are going to be geeking over this movie for the next year, all the way up until Rogue One comes out and just takes house. But even financially, I think that it's going to pull Iron Man 3 numbers. It's definitely going to be at least, I estimate, at least 1.5 bill. It could pull Avengers numbers, depending on if this ends up like from users and reviewers giving it like an A-, it's going to easily pull Avengers numbers. So this could be their best movie to date, personally. I'm really kind of feeling that way, but I can't be for sure. But I think it's going to be better in terms of reception and perception from all around, all bases. Anybody that's a comic book fan in general have waited for Spider-Man to be with the Avengers, they are going to fall for this movie in general. I'm just worried and hoping that it'll be a great film. Like, if they end off on a good note, if this is an A-, then they got a masterpiece in the works, maybe.
Okay. But yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be better than BVS, easy. It will be. Trust me. I know these things. All right. Let's see here. The next question is from Rama. How many Star Wars films and spinoffs will be too much for the public? The exact same number for the DC cinematic universe and for the Marvel cinematic universe, which means like infinite. Okay, it's never going to be enough. Okay, like it's never going to be too much. I mean, maybe if they did like fucking 5 movies a year, sure, but no, it's never going to be too much. I mean, and it would take a whole lot for them to get to a point where like they're like, we're just gonna not do Star Wars for 10, 15, 20 years, you know what I'm saying? So none. It's never gonna be too much. Long story short. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think it's ever gonna be too much. Now, I think that what they could end up messing stuff over, like if they tried to emulate what Marvel's doing, like Marvel has like 2 to almost 3 movies a year, that could oversource a little bit too much when it comes to something like Star Wars. If they try to put like a whole bunch of prequels out, that could get really annoying very fast versus like maybe 1 each year. Now with DC, with comic book movies, I mean, I think that they would benefit from having 2. But I don't think that it's ever going to be too much from a consumer standpoint. I think we're always going to be thirsty for more content and, more innovation.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want more Star Wars movies? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's as long as there's quality, it's never going to be too much. So, but great question though, for sure. And let's go ahead and zip line on over to the next question, which is, let's see, be the zip. Who do you think will die in Civil War? Are you more hyped to see Black Panther or Spider-Man? Spider-Man. It's easy for me. It's not even worth thinking about. But who do you think will die in Civil War? Whoever it is, I still contend that it's going to be neither Captain America or Iron Man. I don't think that either one is still gonna die. Still, I think who will die. I think. I mean, there's a possibility maybe Bucky will die. I know people will scream about he's got contracts. Well, I mean, the nigga can come back. Okay, I'm just saying. He might die. Maybe War Machine might die. Maybe Gwyneth Paltrow's character, Pepper, whatever her name is, maybe she might die. Things like that. But I think that Iron Man and Captain America are still safe. But your thoughts on those two questions?
So what was the second question? Like, I knew that one of them was like, who do you think will die? But what was the other one?
Who are you more excited to see, Black Panther or Spider-Man?
Oh, shoot. I'll answer the second question first then. I am excited to see both of them because I've never had them in a live action freaking film. Like,
it's only one choice. Only one choice.
I can't do that because I'm the biggest Spider-Man fan. You know what?
Only one.
I don't know if I can do that. I'm just gonna say, I think crap. I don't know. Dang, you messed my brain up, bro. You know, maybe anyway. I'm just gonna say Spider-Man. I'm just gonna say Spider-Man. Only because this is the first time Spider-Man is merged in with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So for that, that's my excitement. But as a character, if Spider-Man was not in this movie, it'd be Black Panther. Anyway, now, dang, that totally just messed me all up. That question just messed me up. Who do I think is gonna die? I actually think that it's gonna be a sacrificial kind of thing. I think that it's gonna look like the Winter Soldier's gonna die. But I think that Cap would sacrifice his life before he will allow Bucky to die because he believes in him that adamantly. Now, whether or not Cap will die, I'm not really sure. He should die. I think that would push the movie to a deeper realm. But I mean, they could play the safe route and kill Rhodey. They could play the safe route and kill, I don't know, Vision and take his stone away from him. Like Thanos comes and takes his freaking stone. I really don't know because that was one of the things I had thought about is if Vision doesn't have his stone, can he sustain himself? I don't really know. But I mean, it looks like Rhodey did take a huge hit. But to me, for them to ruin like the death like that, that'd be kind of stupid to me. I would prefer, and I'm gonna still stick to my guns, that they're gonna be maybe bold enough to allude that Cap is dead, but he's not gonna be really dead. But that's just my personal hope and prediction.
Okay, I don't think they have the balls personally. I don't see it happening. Also, this might be a leap, but my main man John Campea likes Winter Soldier better than Civil War. Still, okay.
What?
Now you let's just imagine that Captain America or Iron Man died, right? You trying to tell me that one of them died in the film, and my boy Campea still likes Winter Soldier better? Please, we're moving on. All right, so sure. Next question is going to be, I think it's from Fran, some shit. Sanchez, what do you think about Harry Styles and Dunkirk? Nothing, because I'm not that familiar with him. I think he's going to be like Matt Damon and Saving Private Ryan. Harry Styles. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do a quick. These opinions are coming straight to you, fresh off the stove, son. Let me see this person's face. Harry Styles. Okay. Unfortunately, I am not familiar with that motherfucker, so I don't have any thoughts. Sadly. Do you? Oh shit! I think we were both muted for a second. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I was muted. I was muted.
Okay. Okay.
I was like, who the heck is Harry Styles? First off.
Yeah, I have not. I have no idea who this is.
I mean, what is he supposed to be in? Like, I mean, I don't mean to
he's supposed to be in Dunkirk, the Christopher Nolan World War II movie. Apparently.
I mean, I thought well, I about called him the bad word. I thought the man was a singer. I didn't know the ninja was an actor. I mean, for him,
I'm gonna be so fucking pissed if he trolled us, because I don't know who this fucking person is.
dude, I don't know who he is. I don't mean to be rude. I mean,
we're
I don't know, man.
I think we're gonna skip this one because first off, I feel like he's doing some trolling. First off, because why the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, why would he say like Tom Hardy?
Oh wait. Actually, I take that back. He might not be trolling, but we don't know who he is, so we're gonna move on. Sorry, kids who know who he is.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He must be popular with the youngins, apparently. All right, moving on. Who the fuck is that nigga? Mr. Hero 17. Do you think that the rated R BBS cut will make the movie better? I don't. And the reason why my answer is so short is that we actually went pretty in depth with this with part one. So see part one. But the answer is a very, very blunt no from me personally.
It's interesting. I don't know who I was listening to. I think I was listening to Tyrone Magnus and I was listening to Clatter, and they were both going on the fence about it. I think that it'll fill in a lot of different other subplots, but it won't necessarily extend the movie to make it better. I think it'll add more action. I think it'll be more intense. And I also think that whole story arc with what's her name that's supposed to be Batgirl, and in the situation, there was one sequence that they actually described. It was about Superman, why he couldn't hear his mother when that actually happened. And there was actually a sequence where he was trying to listen to his mother. I was like, okay, I wish they would have left that in. So I think it'll make things a little bit easier to digest from a lot of the plot holes in it, but it won't necessarily make the film better. If you didn't like the film, you're not going to necessarily like the director's cut, what I'm thinking. But I think that with all the stuff they're extending with it, I think it'll be a more enjoyable experience to get the whole entire fleshed out version. But if you didn't like the movie, you're not going to just automatically say, oh man, this is the best thing since sliced bread. If you didn't appreciate the movie, you're not going to change your mind because of the director's cut. You're going to troll it basically. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to make it better in my opinion. At the very least, not substantially speaking, which is kind of where it would count. But anyway, moving on. All right. But thank you for your question. YG, do you have any interest in another Dragon Ball movie? No, I do not. If so, who would you like to see directed? In terms of a Dragon Ball movie, no. Just no. And to be honest, I was never really a fan of Dragon Ball to begin with. It was all about Dragon Ball Z and some things from Dragon Ball. I think it was GT they called it at the time. But no, it's just Dragon Ball Z. Period for me. However, who would you like to see directed for a Dragon Ball movie? Oh, bitch, fuck. I think maybe maybe Ang Lee or like a Jon Favreau or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Did we do this question before? I could have sworn.
Not about Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe they meant Dragon Ball Z, which shame on them. But no, they just said Dragon Ball. So I'm just going with that assumption. We haven't spoken about that. No. Yeah. And as far as that goes, I would probably choose, like I said, either Ang Lee or maybe Jon Favreau. Probably one of the two would probably do a really good job. But what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I speak in a bigger scope because I'm such an anime buff and fan that they should freaking get. Man, I don't want them to get Fox. Hell no. WB? I don't know. Anyway, forget the studio. They should get Ang Lee to pioneer Dragon Ball. They should get Zack Snyder to help co-direct Dragon Ball Z and just go from there. Because I'm telling you, y'all, if Zack Snyder directed a Dragon Ball Z movie and they actually had somebody like Ang Lee to partner with him to get decent actors, to get like a decent setup, oh my gosh, it would be freaking dope. Now, I think that they have to have the right kind of writer too, though. And I think that Akira Toriyama, the actual writer, I think he would need to be involved in the scripting. I mean, Aang's got some really good people that, you know, help establish like the more somber stuff. So he can get some co-writers, but I'm telling you, man, I'm petitioning for this. If I could, I'd do it right now. Get Ang Lee, get Zack Snyder, get Akira Toriyama. You got a franchise, I promise you.
All right. Moving on to the next question. All right. Let's see here. Oh shit, we got two questions. Andrew, have you ever seen? Oh fuck me. Have you ever seen a movie in your life that completely changed the way you looked at cinema? I have. Do you have a personal favorite Christopher Nolan movie? Let me start with the second one here. Do I have a personal favorite Christopher Nolan movie? I don't know. Let me think about this for a second. A personal favorite. Fuck a duck. I guess as a standalone movie, I would probably have to go with Interstellar. Interstellar was man, I love that movie. As far as have you ever seen a movie in your life that changed the way you looked at cinema? Yeah, for me, that's just really easy. I know for some who've been with me for a long time, it's going to be kind of beating a dead horse, but 1999's The Matrix from the Wachowskis is my favorite film of all time. So it would definitely be that. Seeing The Matrix was a literal life-changing situation for me because it made me realize that like I need to tell either like visual art or create visual art or tell visual stories. Period. So yeah, that would be my two answers. But what about you? What movie has sort of changed your life, your outlook on cinema, and your favorite Nolan movie?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I mean, definitely to me, I've always said actually The Matrix is like from a sci-fi standpoint and just what it did as far as elevation of the craft of cinema. It was thought-provoking. But I always go to three, though. I can never go to just one. Because to be honest with you, Avatar, when I looked at that, dude, that messed me up, bro. Like, I'd never seen implications like this as far as what the capability of cinema. Like, I'm looking at this as a CG animated character, but this is great acting that's actually being performed through just cinematography. I think that was one. And then for me personally, Batman 1989, Tim Burton. I loved that was when I actually started getting into soundtracks. Soundtracks for movies for me. Danny Elfman was one of my favorite like scores. Like, I mean, I knew about John Williams, you know what I'm saying? And I knew about like Hans Zimmer later on, but that movie for me it made me want to actually invest in film. It made me want to aspire to be something different than what I wanted to be, you know. And that was the first movie I ever seen. Like, I was like 2 years old and I remember every single line of it. And it wasn't a perfect film by any means. There's a lot of cursing in it, a lot of like holes in it. But for me, it was like, if they can take something like Adam West or take something out of the comics and make it believable and stand the test of time. Even today, I was like, man, this is something that I would love to talk about. This is something I love to create. And same thing even with The Matrix from an aesthetic standpoint, from a sci-fi standpoint. So I think those three really hit me in a lot of personal ways.
And one thing I want to say about Interstellar really quick is that it's still the best like movie theater experience that I've had personally. Like I know that the opinions of Interstellar are really decisive, but I mean for me personally, you're going to another galaxy like through the lens of Christopher Nolan. I mean, like for you that might not work, but for me, this was extraordinary. I mean,
Crap! I didn't pick my Nolan movie. Flip.
oh, yeah, you should do that really quick.
I'm torn between Memento, Dark Knight, and Inception. I'm just gonna say The Dark Knight because I've never seen a movie that many times in the movie theaters. Even though Interstellar messed me up just from everything that did, I think I'm just gonna say The Dark Knight, just for the heck of it.
Yeah, I loved Interstellar so much. It's like the closest we've gotten so far to like a practical effects James Cameron Avatar. You know what I mean? Like it's oh man, I got to stop talking about it because I can just keep on going. But that would be the one for sure. Let's try another. Let's see here. Okay, next question is, or questions, I should say. It's from Billy. First question: what do you think about Charlize Theron joining Fast and Furious 8 as a villain? That's just great. Second question: what are your thoughts about Jacob's Ladder? Oh my God, that sounds terrible. A Jacob's Ladder reboot with Michael Eli, whatever. The dude from light skin motherfucker from Perfect Stranger. That forgettable ass movie. That's a terrible idea. What is your what is your most anticipated movie for the rest of 2016? The third one's a little bit difficult because it's always like halfway through the year, like shit starts coming out of nowhere that you're just like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to add this to the list. But at the current time, I still gotta go Star Wars Rogue One. Still looks pretty fantastic. But the fact that they're doing a remake of Jacob's Ladder, they should kill themselves. The original film with I think it's Tim Robbins is actually one of my personal favorite movies of all time. And the Charlize Theron thing, I'm not like a fan of the Fast and the Furious movies, to be honest with you. I enjoy the cast a lot though, but yeah. So what about you?
To go and piggyback off the Charlize Theron thing, I mean, I'm actually a fan of the Fast and Furious series, not because they're necessarily good movies, it's just they're entertaining movies. They definitely excel at, pushing the bar every single time. And that's for an entertainment, like popcorn action film standpoint. I mean, it brings me back to the old 90s a lot of times. But for them to add Charlize Theron, I think that was a bad idea on her part because I'm really sure that George Miller is going to get ready to make a sequel. And man, honestly, I think that was a stupid move on her part because she could have had her own film. Like Furiosa could have had her own film. If they ever went and tried to greenlight, they said, we're going to greenlight a Furiosa film, I think that people would be standing by her and they would greenlight it. But that's that. As far as with Jacob's Ladder, I'm not sure who that director is. Michael Ealy. I gotta look that up real quick. Wait, what? He's directing it or is he starring in it?
No, he's starring in it.
Oh, okay. He's a hit or miss, to be quite honest with you, because I've seen him do some really emotional, thought-provoking stuff, and then I've seen him just do some garbage. Where I started kind of declining for him is when he did what is that? The Almost Human series, and then he did For the Colored Girls, and he freaking dropped some kids out of a window. I lost all respect for him, even though it wasn't really him. It messed me up emotionally. But anyway, what was the third question?
The third question was, fuck, gotta bring it back up. Your most anticipated movie for 2016.
Oh, Rogue One. Well, actually, no, I'm torn, to be quite honest with you. The weird thing is, I think we're having a negative effect, you and me, as far as Suicide Squad. The more I watch different things with Suicide Squad, the more I'm actually liking it more. So I'm torn. Like, it could be tonight, because tonight the Doctor Strange thing comes out. That might blow my mind. I don't really know. Like you said, there's so many things that are just popping out of everywhere. It's hard for me to really believe the Jungle Book is coming out this weekend. I really don't know. But for me, still right now, it's Rogue One, and a close second would be Suicide Squad. So that's just me.
Okay, and yeah, anyone who has not seen the original 1990 film, Jacob's Ladder with Tim Robbins, this is an image from Jacob's Ladder, and it's still to this day one of the creepiest movies or creepiest mindfuck movies I've ever seen. Period. You have to see it, literally, just for that scene alone, with that image. It's literally one of the creepiest scenes ever made. Tim Robbins, he's like very, very mild spoilers, but come on, it came out in fucking 1990, okay? But Tim Robbins, he's strapped to a hospital bed, and he's being taken by these demons through this place, and that scene, you'll know it if you ever watch it. You don't need the question, but what was that one scene? You don't know as soon as it starts. But that scene, to this very day, one of the scariest scenes I've ever seen in a movie. Period. Shame on themselves for making a goddamn remake. It's gonna fucking suck. Anyway, I think we're probably going to pause. Probably gonna stop right here and just make a part 3 to get to the rest of your guys' questions, because there's a few more. So we're probably gonna park it right there. But seriously though, Jacob's Ladder, 1990, Tim Robbins. You don't know what I'm talking about? Please watch it. My God, if not only just for that scene alone, it is truly like a feat in filmmaking to me personally. Just what it does to you, it's just like, man, ain't no green screen and that shit. It was not needed. But anyway, any final thoughts before we skip out of here?
Yeah, well, tonight, make sure you stay tuned. Jor-El and my page, we're going to be doing reactions to Doctor Strange late tonight. Definitely leave a like below if you enjoyed us. Thanks for all your questions. Y'all have been awesome. Definitely hit the subscribe button if you're new to the page. And we got a lot more content coming. Big announcements, too.
Yeah, definitely hit that like button if you did enjoy the video. Sam's information will be down below as well, and definitely remember to in this corner here to hit that letter, the letter I. It will let you be able to instantaneously click back to previous video. So definitely check out for that I icon in the upper hand corner. And yeah, there is a huge announcement coming. I don't know if it's probably going to be tomorrow or the day after. I'm not really sure, but big announcement coming for sure about this summer. Other than that, we are about to dip out. So peace.
And here we go.